What's good, YouTube? Big 50 TV here, and today we're going to be reacting to what NBA legends and players think of Larry Bird. It's my first time seeing this video, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a real good one, because everybody back then was so scared of Larry Bird. He's one of the biggest reasons why the NBA was saved back then. But before we get into the video, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Keep dropping recommendations down in the comments. Let's get into it.
You know, there's a photograph of Larry and I choking one another, and it looked like a moment in which he was going to take a swing.
I said, "You're crazy. I'm not shooting no commercial with Larry."
People always ask me who's the hardest player I've ever had to guard. And there was Michael Jordan, George Gervin, the late, great Mike Mitchell. I mean, so many players. I always say Larry Bird.
Magic Johnson once said, "Larry Bird is so good it's frightening." And today, we're peeling back the layers of that fear to uncover why NBA legends confess that Larry Bird was nothing short of a basketball god. But there is more to Larry than scaring the living daylights out of Magic Johnson. The hick from French Lick wasn't just a master on the court, he was a psychological chess player. He played mind games with his opponents.
I saw Larry Bird one night in Phoenix. They were losing big time at the half. And they come out in the third quarter, and Larry did not take a shot, but dominated the game. He had 7 assists in the third quarter, and they came back and won the game. He could affect the game without taking a shot. Who else can you say that about to that degree? Nobody. Michael could never do that. Never. Michael had to have the ball.
That's so true. Mike did have to have the ball. He couldn't impact the game in no other way but having the ball in his hand. Great.
Say it's not you, it's me to your old wings and get new honey lemon pepper wings from Popeyes.
Now, I know you've heard the GOAT debates, Jordan,
That old head was speaking facts.
LeBron, and the list goes on. But what if I told you that there's a Hall of Famer who thinks Larry Bird might be the best to ever do it? Larry the Legend, the man with the mullet, the king of trash talk, the architect of unforgettable moments, might just be the true GOAT. We'll get to that. Early days. Born on December 7th, 1956 in West Baden, Indiana, and raised in the basketball crucible of French Lick, Larry Bird's roots were as humble as they come. His high school stats read like video game stats: 31 points, 21 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. And no wonder he earned a scholarship to Indiana University. But life on a sprawling campus of 33,000 proved too overwhelming for the small-town kid. After less than a month, Bird found himself on a U-turn back to French Lick. Larry, at 17, was just a homesick kid navigating a sea of confusion. He later confessed, "The school was just too big. I was a homesick kid who was lost and broke." Bird decided to take a break from basketball and work for the municipality. He cut grass, painted benches, striped streets, and even drove a garbage truck. A far cry from the glitz of college hoops, but he wasn't done dreaming. He enrolled at a local junior college, briefly, before committing to Indiana State in 1975. His message to his garbage truck crew? "I'll be back, and I'll be the boss." But life threw him a curveball. In that same year, his father took his own life. It was a gut-wrenching blow that would have shattered most, but Bird found solace on the court.
Let me read this.
It was a gut-wrenching blow that would have shattered most, but Bird found solace on the court. It was a gut-wrenching blow. In that
For child support. Wow, over child support.
same year, his father took his own life. It was a gut-wrenching blow that would have shattered most, but Bird found solace on the court. After taking a season off as a transfer, he scored more than 30 points per game in his first 2 years at Indiana State. As a junior, he earned All-American honors.
Yeah.
Now, despite being a college sensation, Larry wasn't a shoo-in for the top NBA picks in 1978. Not first, not second, not even third. It took until the 6th pick for the Boston Celtics to roll the dice on Bird, hoping he'd sprinkle some of his Midas touch on the struggling franchise. Bird, armed with a 5-year, $3.25 million contract, entered Boston with skeptics questioning if he was worth the investment. Spoiler alert, he was. "No matter how good I am, I'm still just a hick from French Lick," he humbly declared. But those doubted him were swiftly silenced. In his rookie season, Bird orchestrated a Celtics revival. He took a lackluster 29-53 Boston Celtics squad and turned them into a 61-21 powerhouse. That's not a rookie season. That's a rookie resurrection. Oh, and did I mention he did this while battling what some in the NBA called white man's disease? A supposed inability to jump high. Now, we all know Larry was a breed of player unlike any other, standing tall at 6'9", with passing skills and court vision that left fans in awe. And let's not forget, he was one of the pioneers of the three-point shot, making it rain long before it became the norm. But here's the twist. There's another player, Oscar Schmidt, who mirrored Bird's game, albeit on the international stage. Schmidt is hailed as one of the greatest international players of all time. He is the Olympic scoring leader with over 1,000 total points, and that's no small feat. Let's rewind to 1992 in Barcelona, the stage for one of the most iconic matchups. Schmidt, representing Brazil, faced off against...
I never heard of him, though. Drop y'all in the comment section. Tell me y'all ever heard of the dude named Schmidt. Never heard of him.
Against Larry Legend and the legendary U.S. Dream Team. It was a clash of the titans. But fast forward to 2013, and Larry Bird had the honor of welcoming Oscar Schmidt into the Basketball Hall of Fame. And even before uttering a word about his storied career, Schmidt drops a bombshell of admiration for Larry Legend. He declared, "It's too easy to have Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant as an idol. The guy flies around and does whatever he wants. It's too easy. My guy doesn't run, doesn't jump, and plays the best out of everybody else. He is here." As the crowd erupts in applause, Schmidt points directly at Bird, emphasizing, "This is my idol, the best player ever, in my opinion." NBA revitalization. Before Bird and Magic, the NBA was like that underappreciated band playing in the corner of a dive bar. But the Larry Magic duo cranked up the volume, turned up the lights, and suddenly, the NBA wasn't on the sidelines. It was the headline act. Bird's role in the revitalization should be etched in basketball history. 3 consecutive MVP seasons, unheard of for a forward, Finals MVP twice, first team All-League for 9 straight seasons. Larry Bird wasn't just a baller, he was a basketball messiah. The dude had this magical touch that transformed teammates into champions. His court vision was ridiculous, and his shooting, ice into champions. His court vision was ridiculous, and his shooting, ice in his veins. And defense? Oh, don't even get me started. Iguodala, in a rare open admission, declared Bird as the best white basketball player ever. He declared, "Larry didn't have no flaws, and I'm going to go out there on a limb, and this is the first time I've ever said this in an open setting. I'll take Larry Bird over Magic Johnson. He can play in any era." Iguodala believes Bird's game transcends time and borders. NBA, FIBA, ABA, EuroLeague, you name it. He even revealed a side of Bird that makes him even more extraordinary. He said, "The man would tell you where he was going. I'm going here and then I'm stopping right there. That little logo right there. I'm stopping right there and I'm going to pull up." And he would do exactly that. When we talk about Larry Bird, we're talking about a player who terrorized opponents throughout the 80s. The man could dribble and pass like a point guard. But here's a gem from the Larry Bird archives that adds a touch of humor to his greatness. At the height of his dominance, when the media labeled him the Great White Hope, Bird found it disrespectful to be guarded by a fellow white player. Charles Barkley spilled the beans on the Dan Patrick Show, recounting a conversation with Bird mid-game. According to Sir Charles, Bird said, "Y'all got a white guy trying to guard me. That's disrespectful. There's not a white guy on the planet that can guard me." Classic Larry.
That's crazy because he is so shy. He didn't like the media and all that, but he is one of the biggest trash talkers ever. I don't see how he just could flip like that. Don't like talking to me, but he gonna talk trash when he in a game on the court to a player.
Competition level. From Isaiah Thomas's Pistons.
Because guys who really like to talk trash, they like to be the center of attention too. I like attention, and he didn't like it. That's what confuses me.
To Julius Erving's 76ers in the East, to Magic's Lakers and Hakeem Olajuwon's Rockets in the finals. Bird battled and conquered the best of the best. It wasn't just about the Celtics as a team. Larry Bird's prowess stood out even among basketball titans.
So Michael Jordan in the 80s, the best year that he had was he was the MVP of the league and the Defensive Player of the Year. I believe that was in 88.
Yes.
We
88.
beat them 4-1. I'm gonna say that again. 4-1. They won one
May I
game,
respond?
Stephen A. And he never beat Larry Bird. He never beat Magic and Kareem. He never won. And all I'm saying is in the 80s, what I remember in the 80s, it was Philadelphia with Dr. J, Magic, Kareem, Bird, Michael Jordan. He was a non-factor.
Now, let's get one thing straight. Larry Bird's career isn't a stat sheet symphony. He wasn't topping the league in scoring or rebounding, nor was he etching his name into the record books for assists. Yet, whenever the Celtics needed a dose of greatness, Bird delivered like clockwork. But here's the real kicker. Red Auerbach, the sage of Celtics wisdom, knew this all along. Auerbach highlighted Bird's greatness before the GOAT talk began. Bird's greatness went beyond stats, Auerbach emphasized. When Bird had his third consecutive MVP year, Auerbach emphasized to Sports Illustrated, to truly comprehend Bird, do not focus only on his numbers. His presence, his total control on the court truly count. Even on nights when Bird didn't emerge as the stat leader early in the game, he operated on a different plane strategically and mentally. Auerbach, in a recent reflection, stated, "After extensive soul-searching, I believe he is one of the greatest players to ever wear an NBA uniform."
He is.
It wasn't about the numbers. It was about Bird's chess-like mastery of the game. Fast forward to today, and the challenge lies in persuading others of Bird's unique greatness. In an era enamored with stats, Bird's impact might be a tougher sell. People are fascinated by numbers, but Bird's greatness goes beyond that. Post-1986 era. Now, the tale takes a turn after the 1986 season. Bird faced a formidable adversary, a relentless back injury that lingered until the twilight of his career in 1992. Bird's resilience was tested in a battle, casting shadows on his performance. However, glimpses of his prime still flickered. Amidst adversity, Bird showcased flashes of brilliance that defined his greatness. Take, for instance, the classic shootout against Dominic Wilkins in the epic Game 7 of the 1988 Eastern Conference Finals. Despite his injury, Bird summoned his prime and delivered a remarkable performance that basketball enthusiasts still marvel at. Fast forward to 1991, a moment etched in Boston Celtics lore. Bird, battling not just opponents but the physical toll of a head injury, took center stage in the fifth and deciding game of the series. Despite his injury, he orchestrated a takeover, proving Larry Legend's greatness. Now, the question lingers, what could Bird have achieved if his back had held up? It's a queer...
That's what I want to know too. Y'all drop in the comment section if y'all think Larry Bird would be like the undisputed GOAT. Like it would be no question if he didn't hurt his back. Y'all drop that in the comment section. What y'all think?
Query destined to remain unanswered, lost to the realms of hypotheticals. But for a remarkable 7-year span, from 1980 to 1986, Larry Bird reigned supreme. His impact transcended mere statistics. So, was Larry Bird the basketball god? Well, that's subjective. But one thing is undeniable. He should never be far from the conversation. Whether it's his on-court finesse, his quirky remarks, or the battles against the NBA's elite.
Brown beat John Paxson off the pitch. The second overtime, and that will do it.
Man, despite having a good team, Michael Jordan could never beat Larry, bro. That's the crazy part. way better team than Larry, and you still can beat them. And y'all picking Jordan over Larry? That's crazy.
The Boston Celtics in double overtime and defeated the Chicago Bulls 135 to 132 in a wild one.
Oh, and speaking of Larry Bird's greatness, make sure to click right over here to check out this video where we break down why Michael Jordan rates Larry Bird over LeBron James.
Larry and I were talking, and Michael walks in, and he says, "It's a new sheriff in town." And we both hit each other like, well, he's not lying.
It's back. The jalapeno cheddar biscuit at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Or getting that deposit back.
Start clean with the power of Clorox.
Well, guys, that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep dropping recommendations down in the comments. I cannot talk today. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. And I'm out.